Good morning, everybody. Aloha kako. We're going to be doing some beautiful color wheel painting today with tempera paint, the Tempera Cakes that I sent you. This is the end result of what we're going to paint today. I teach this to my high school kids. We start off with red, yellow, blue, the primary colors, and then we move our way back down to the secondary colors and then tertiary colors. We do this with the Jack Richesonʻs Tempera Cakes that I sent you. And I'm lucky because I'm using a large piece of paper provided to me. And I'm using a pan with the 3 Tempera Cakes, my round brush, my rag. And I'm going to get a really big beaker because I'm in a chemistry room. I'm going to steal one of their Mr. Fenner's big beakers. So I'm starting off with the primary color of yellow. All my primary colors, I'm going to put in a triangle. So all I did was I applied some water to the cake here, and you can see how much brighter, or look how vibrant this yellow is compared to the cheaper watercolors that you would get at Target or at Daiso or all those cheaper watercolor sets that you would purchase. I'm going to do a little markings here so I don't go off camera. So I'm starting off with yellow. Our next color, I'll make sure I'm going to wash my brush here off on my rag, and then I'm going to add some red by just adding some water to the tempera cake. Again, our primary colors are in triangles. Add a little bit more water here if there's not enough, if it's too dry. But check it out. Again, a very, very rich, luscious, bright, saturated red. And you can see how powerful these pigments come out from these tempera cakes. Let me wash my brush again, wipe it off on my rag, and the next color I'm going to do is indigo or blue. I think the cake might be labeled as violet or indigo, but this is how the blue comes out of our tempera cakes. You notice the more I grab from the tempera cake, the richer, darker it gets. And these, you notice the tempera paint dries pretty quickly. I'm going to add a little bit blue to my yellow cake to get the yellow green. This isn't necessarily a secondary color, but I apologize. The green section that I painted is a little bit off of camera. So I skipped over that section because it was a little mistake with my video here. But let me show you how the blue-green is coming out. All of my tertiary colors I'm doing in circles. And the secondary colors I'm doing are in diamonds or squares. So here we have a darker, I call it blue-green or green-blue. But you notice the more I'm grabbing from the tempera cake, the darker it gets. And look how dark and rich this pigment looks on just plain paper. Cleaning off my brush, I'm going to move up to make a violet. Some kids call it purple. You can see this is actually how I'm adding the blue to the red cake to make violet. If I can add more blue to it, or if not, I can just add more water to grab more red. And here's a nice maybe red-violet color that I'm going to do is a circle. Let's continue. You notice how muddy my water is getting because I'm just cleaning it off of the pigment, cleaning off my cake with using my rag and water and a brush. But here I'm actually going to start to do either an orange, or actually because it's red orange, it comes out like this. And I'm going to do this as a circle. No, I'm doing it as a square. Some students may call this brown, but in actuality it is a red orange. Let me add some more yellow to this to actually show a more vibrant orange. So this is just my quick 5-minute video, 7-minute video to show you how I use the Tempera Cakes. But these Tempera Cakes are relatively cheap, and I push the Tempera Cakes because budget-wise, as art teachers, we know we don't really have that much money to teach kids with our art supplies. Instead of buying gobs and gobs of acrylic paint to do this lesson, you know, these Tempera Cakes are about $6 to $7 each. You could divide them up, cut them up, and give each student maybe a little, like a quarter of each Tempera Cake. What I do with my students is I give one set of cakes to a table of 5. Here I'm going to label just our primary colors because I do this for the lesson with the students. Our primary colors are in triangles: red, yellow, blue. My secondary colors are green, violet, and orange. But I'm going to do a reference of how our primary colors are referenced here in this, drawing a line between all of my primary colors, and for all my secondary colors of orange, violet, and green, I'm going to do a dotted line just to show all of my students the relationship of the colors. Primary colors mixed together make secondary colors, and those secondary colors mixed with primary colors make tertiary colors. So that's pretty much it. Just wanted to show you guys how I use the Tempera Cakes and how efficient, vibrant they are. Great results. Feel free to use them. And that's pretty much it. Mahalo for watching my video. I wish you all safe and well. Okay, ohui ho.